Have a Jewish friend?
No, sir, I do not have a Jewish friend. I am the black Jew. I am the black Hebrew. I am a member of the family of the black Hebrew Israelites. But if you're asking me, do I have a white so-called Jew friend who is not in that line of Semites, so I can't be anti-Semitic? Did you know that there are Semites in Africa? Did you know that there are Semites in Asia? That there are some Semites so black until they're blue black, purple black, and beautiful? These are people using a political term, anti-Semitism, when it's really anti-Kemetism and anti-black program.
But nevertheless, there is true Hebrews. There is a true people of the Most High that is scattered throughout the nations of the earth this day. It is not whom that many people believe they are, such as the so-called Jews in the nation-state of Israel that we so see before us right now. I would interject that the true biblical Hebrews are the so-called African-American people that are scattered abroad throughout the world. It is very important that you understand who the true Hebrews are, because that end-time prophecy, lots of it, surround these individuals. Now please understand that not every single black person is a true Hebrew, but it is those that are under the curse of Deuteronomy 28.
Shalom, shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem, because us the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray, because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us. So please come back to Zion.
Which are an ancient community of the Israelite exiles. Now this is, for the most part, the general consensus of the largest people in Africa. You do have different groups like the Abu Daya in Uganda who aren't saying they're from the lost tribes, but have joined the people of Israel in the large amounts of numbers. One other location I'd like to... Actually, before I go into this other location, what's fascinating is, which I speak about, is the transatlantic slave trade. A large percentage of it actually came from Igbo territory. So these Igbo today in Nigeria, who are practicing Jews, numbering the 40 million people with customs and traditions, doing circumcision on the 8th day, were the same exact people brought to the Americas on the transatlantic slave trade. Now, if someone goes to Times Square in New York today, you'll see African Americans dressed in Israelite outfits and yelling at people saying, "You're not the real Jews, we're the real Jews." And so most people saying, "Well, you guys are kooky, you just made this whole thing up, you made up a religion and an identity." Actually, no, they are the blood descendants, most likely, of the people who, from Israel, were brought from Africa to America. So it's very fascinating.
The wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha in the 5th chapter talks about how Jacob, how the heathen is going to be amazed and confounded when they realize that the so-called black man is that chosen line.
In America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. So what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is, most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today who are white, Caucasian people came in a little bit later on.
I just wanted to come to you to impart some knowledge onto you about who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. Bloodline-wise, they are the so-called African Americans.
Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here, and to tell you these are the Jews. Gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy, just to tell you this lie that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you. I'm telling you this, please. I don't ask you to come to Israel and to start a revolution. I'm just asking you to start thinking this way, to believe me a little bit, because I'm living in Israel and I'm part of this injustice.
The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American.
If you look in Exodus 13:3 and Deuteronomy 20 and verse 2, it refers to Egypt as a house of bondage. Now, I want to show you something, and I know everybody has seen this. I saw it a million times, but never paid any attention and never really thought twice about it. But on the back of the dollar bill, there's a pyramid. Now, pyramids are notorious with Egypt. I mean, you say pyramid, that's automatically what you think of is Egypt. So why would the United States of America put a pyramid on the back of their dollar bill? Now, with the word Egypt meaning house of bondage, God was obviously telling the Israelites, hey, I'm going to put you back into slavery. Now, the only race of people that were brought over on ships and sold as bondmen and bondwomen, which are slaves, are the so-called African Americans. That's the term that the white man has given them.
It was the Ashkenazi, the Islamic slave traders as well, that then worked together with the indigenous black Africans to enslave the regal house of Judah. This is what we've got to understand, but you've got to go back before the 16th century to understand the roots of it. So we're going to see, as we dig into this, where this slavery came from, because it was really a system that was very, very well crafted. There was Islamic masters, and there were white Ashkenazi Khazar ship owners. There were the buyers and the sellers. And they're not going to fill you in on all of this, but really you've got a four-tier system. Number one, you have the Negro nomads that were exiled from the kingdom of Judah. Number two, you had indigenous black African hunters that resented the regal Negro nomads that had come into their territory with their own customs, with their own laws that were different and would not assimilate into their tribal culture. They were their own tribe. They were the regal house of Judah. And number three, you had Islamic trappers that worked with the indigenous black Africans to trap the regal Negro house of Judah. And then you had them sell them to the Ashkenazi ship merchants. Do you know how many blacks in America have been lost to Islam? It's outrageous. That's not your tribe. Your tribe is Judah. Muhammad's tribe enslaved you. Why would you convert to Muhammad's tribe when you're of King David's tribe?
Sub-Saharan West Africa is an interesting place, especially a little place called the Slave Coast, in which the slave traders called Negro Land. As you can see, the area of the Slave Coast was called Wahida. And if you look right above it, in English are the words Kingdom of Judah. This is the port where the so-called African or Negro American was taken, also to the British Islands, South America, and Europe.
Welcome, man. You tuned in to the Scoring Black Man podcast. I'm your host, the Doc, Hilltop 12 Tribes, Israel. I have my co-host in the house, Brother Don Yehuda, man. Y'all know he is Fire Talk Radio podcast. Y'all do us a favor, hit the like button over here. Also, hit the like button over at Fire Talk Radio podcast. You tuned in to the Scoring Black Man podcast. I don't know if you're going live right now, too, with this one, Don Yehuda.
No, not right now, because I'm on my phone, so I wasn't able to do it.
Okay, cool. But anyway, man, y'all hit that subscribe button on both channels, like I say, Fire Talk Radio, the Scoring Black Man podcast, Fire Talk Radio podcast. Hey, today is episode 56. The Russian icons reveal. I'm trying to read the screen. Russian icons reveal. Putin's endgame. Putin's endgame. Once again, episode 56. Russian icons reveal. Putin's endgame. That's what we'll get into, because we as Awakening brothers, like we already knew these paintings exist. We knew about the Russian icons. We got the books that cost $10,000 right now. We paid stacks back then, hundreds of dollars, and we got books upon books. So we just you know how we is. We're gonna buy them books. We're gonna get into them books. We're gonna read them, and
right.
Our people don't believe anything until the white man tell them or show them something. Like, you can show them something all day long, they just won't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally show them. You know what I'm saying? They won't believe it. But when the white man show them and tell them, it hits a little different. So weeks back, probably about a month ago, I'm thinking about now, about close to a month right now, Putin, he released the vaults openly to the public. Now, they still had these paintings at certain museums, and then they had them at private museums too, that only certain people can go to, because they want to hide everything for you. You know what I mean? So, we got the books where they show you, actually during the time when they was taking, paintings, and it would be the black images, and then they'll take them, and you'll see the artist, the white artist, he'll be looking at the black painting, and he painting it, but white face now. And it tells us in the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees 3:48. Let me go ahead and get that for you. Real quick, man. Let me open this up, man. Let me go and get this for y'all, man, because this for here was already happening and prophesied on being happening. Like I say, this is the first book of Maccabees, 3rd chapter, 48th verse. And it says, "And lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images." See, they was already doing this back in the damn Greek captivity. They was stealing our books, burning them, man. We had books. It just ain't no 66 and 80 and whatever, how many books of the Bible you use. It was, man, we had books stacked to the ceiling, man. They was coming down, taking them things, man. You know what I'm saying? Enslaving us, burning our books, you know what I'm saying? Keeping some of them, copying some down, changing things, you know what I'm saying? Making religions out of them, and taking our paintings and paintings the likeness of their images, our images. And today, so now, the Israelites, white, Christ, because he's an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? Yeshua or Yahweh, however you want to call him, he's an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? We're not even believe in the tribe of Judah or Levi or whatever. He's an Israelite. So all the Israelites are melanated people, you know what I'm saying? Start off with that. Now, it might be something in these days that got mixed up and mixed, you know what I'm saying, by the seed of the father, going into, other nations of women or lighter skin, you might see some defects, you know what I'm saying? But other than that right there, when you look at them paintings, you see the black hand of the Most High, the Creator. You see, black angels. You see black, Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of the Gentile nations were melanated people. You know what I'm saying? So why? Well, we know why it got whitewashed. You know what I'm saying? The thing of the world. You know what I'm saying? And we know when that started in the Renaissance. This is why they call, before the Renaissance age, they called the black I mean, what do you call it? The dark age. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, a number of dark people ruled the world. They was in the caves in the Caucasus Mountains in South Georgia, Russia. You know what I'm saying? They came out in them caves. The Caucasus Mountains, the Caucasians. Same where they come off of. But, you know, we've got some good Caucasians, you know what I'm saying? A few of them springing out here and there, you know what I'm saying? And did Putin really do a good deed? Is he really doing a good deed? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think he said that Russia is only going to worship the, you know, the black Jesus, but the Pope been doing that. If you watch the Pope, now they'll go and sit before the black Madonna, the black Mary with the baby Jesus. But then when they come out and they go around to all these churches, they got the white, blue-eyed, long, blonde Fabio, you know what I'm saying, Jesus with them. You know what I mean? So they know, and now I seen, you know, where the Pope is trying to apologize. Like, what the, like, yo, all this is in the Bible. It's been prophesied, and we're going to bring some stuff out to you today. We're just going to really chop it up, give y'all some wisdom on this right here. And we want to talk about what, but we're going to focus on, too, what is Putin's end game. You know, so we're going to get to that in a second. But I want to get Brother Don Yehuda thoughts on this whole thing, man. And Brother Ben, yes, man, we do want you in here, man, because I know you got a good 5 or 10 minutes you could give us on a lot of, you know what I'm saying, facts and, you know, knowledge out there. But go ahead, Brother Don Yehuda.
Yeah, what's going on with you, bro? Yeah, it was real interesting when Putin brought out that information about the Russian icons, because like you said, coming from the school of thought, especially within the Israelite community, many of us have seen those books. A lot of us have them. If we didn't have them, our camp or church leaders were showing them at specific times in teachings, just showing us the visuals of the melanated saints that we predominantly do not see over here in westernized America, right? So it's real profound if you're not, you know, really in the know of these paintings, the history behind these paintings, things of that nature. And so when you pulled it out, I mean, it was a good thing, but like you said, what was his motive behind that? What was he really trying to convey? Because the way he was talking, like these paintings been put away in the vaults for so long, like this the first time that they cracked the vault and brought them up. But like you mentioned earlier, some of these paintings have been in various museums. If you know anything about antiquity and the arts and things of that nature, they go kind of like on a tour from museums, private settings and things of that nature for a period of time, depending on who the suitor is or the organization and so forth is, if they're verified to be able to, you know, have those items in their possession. But yeah, man, it was real, and a lot of people definitely think ulterior motive why Putin brought it out, because like we said, these things have been around. The actual paintings, maybe in bulk haven't, but there's been ones floating around. They even got a Russian icon museum here in America. A lot of people don't know that, but it's here on the East Coast. Yeah, it's here on the East Coast. I want to say it's somewhere over in Connecticut. I have to look it up. I'll throw that address out there before we get off the show, but it's somewhere up in Connecticut area. And yeah, I looked at some of the pictures. I was gonna go there and check it out like a couple of years ago. I'm gonna probably still do it if it's still up and going. So definitely curious, bro, as to why he brought it out now. But a lot of these things are prophesied to happen. You know what I'm saying? We're in the last days. A lot of people that don't even believe in this truth, they still tell you that this is the age of information, the age of truth. So a lot of things is being revealed. A lot of things is coming out right now.
Yeah, it's a whole lot, man. You know, I'm gonna you know, get into a little video. I ain't watched it yet, you know what I'm saying? We could kind of watch and dissect it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, you know. And then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, give our opinions on what we think, you know, Putin is really up to. Does he really care? or is he trying to, rush these prophecies on up? You know what I'm saying? Because Putin read that Bible, because he said he going to destroy America in 1 hour, and he got that right out the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the Most High, the Creator, said he's going to do to mystery Babylon, the great whore of Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Which is America, man. But before we get into the video, let me welcome the brother Ben Weave, aka the Weaver, man. And you know what I'm saying, I know he might be pressed for time, man. So let me get your opinion on, man. First of all, shalom, brother. Hope all is blessed with you. You know what I'm saying, and many blessings, man. Many blessings and peace upon you. What you think about, you know what I'm saying, these Russian icons, these paintings reveal, you know what I'm saying, and Putin's end game?
Shalom, brother. Shalom, big bro, Don Yehuda.
Shalom, shalom. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm breathing.
Yes, sir. That's what we can pray for. All praises.
Every time I really feel like, okay, it's really, for me, it's a lot to the story, because if you know the history of the War of 1812, then you'll understand a lot about what Trump and, I call him his sidekick Putin, is doing. Because in the War of 1812, you had what they call the missing 13th Amendment, which basically stated that no king, emperor, anybody of nobility could come over to the U.S. and hold office legally. So what happened, the King of England caught whiff of this. So he sent the British Army to destroy all evidence of this. So in 1814, the White House, Congress, Pentagon, everything was burnt to the ground. So if you understand what Trump and, I guess you could say, the Proud Boys did at the Capitol, was basically a reenactment of this. And a lot of people don't understand, like, you actually have U.S. documents pertaining U.S. code and documents to this. So if you really go into your history or litigation or anything like that, you'll understand that civil war is a big part of this. So when you start to unravel the lies and buffoonery that's been going on for decades or generations, you'll understand exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna read you something. It says, civil wars and the Insurrection and Rebellion Acts of August 6, 1861 and July 17, 1862, which are still current law to this day under 50 U.S.C. 212 and 50 U.S.C. 213, proves we have been under a military, provisional, occupational, and tyrannical government at least since 1861. So you have to understand the history behind all of this is at this time is bigger than rap. And if you understand certain ministries that have been put out lately according to law, then you'll understand the truth is coming out. Okay, so why Putin actually put this out, in a sense, you got to understand some people reaching for help right now. So they reaching for help according, I guess you could say, to the black people. They're reaching out to the black people. They want the black people to know this what's really going on, this what's been going on. I'm taking you outside. So in a sense, they know the end is coming for certain people in certain nations in certain genealogy. So you have to really see through the lies, the buffoonery, and what's being, I guess you could say, played upon people's intelligence. A lot of people, they don't really understand. They just see, well, Putin coming out with the truth. He revealing this, that, and other. Okay, that's like praising somebody for stealing something from you, hiding it, and then bringing it back out and telling you I found it.
Right.
And want you to be their friend. So how is this possible? Okay, after generations, you finally come out and say, well, the Messiah was black, this, that, and the other. Okay, I understand all that, but you reaching for help. You know the end is near. But I don't want to say too much because
that
you know my
part,
situation.
That part
So I'm
of
gonna
it, you
leave,
know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna leave that being that, but I'm gonna send you brothers a lot of
But check this out.
knowledge and history according to this.
Okay, before you go though, you know what I'm saying? Cause you hit a point, man. They know the end is near, man. You know what I'm saying? Break it down real quick, a real quick breakdown, man. Cause you know the Putin, you know what I'm saying, or why, you know what I'm saying, like you say, it's time to release the how. Hey man, we need help. This who y'all are, man. This is what all this war shit is about all across the world, man. Is to keep y'all, you know what I'm saying, from getting your identities back, you know what I'm saying, and take over the world again, blah, blah, blah. I know you can get into a little intuition, or, you know, a real intelligent breakdown of that, man. Go ahead and break it down real quick before you leave.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Let's just say the people that we hope to wake up are waking up. Slowly but surely, they're waking up. So you basically can't continue to tell them anything because they're waking up. You know, they say if you want to hide something from black people, put it in the book. Okay, you got more people reading now. Then you got more people putting out podcasts, etc. You got more links. You got more ways to put the truth out. And this is what's going on. So now a lot of people can't run and hide, throw rocks and hide their hands. They know we coming. The truth, put it like this, nothing exists but the truth at this point in time. The truth is the only thing that exists. So if you're not basically telling the truth right now, you will be punished according to the laws. And I'm gonna leave that at that because, like I said, you know my situation.
Man, enough said, man. Enough said, man. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying, for coming on the show, man. Blessings real quick. I know you were kind of short for time because situation and everything, man. But, you know, you brought us some real shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. Brother Don Yehuda, man. What you think about all that, man? He dropped some shit, man. Some jewels, man. He dropped some jewels real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, brother Don Yehuda?
Yeah, he definitely did. He touched on a lot of good points, man. The brother did go in depth without even having to say too much, but he said a whole lot, right? And I agree with him that the powers to be know that the end is coming down the road. You know, just like we read these books and starting to read the books, like he mentioned, they've been reading and they've been studying. So they're very in tune with the prophecy. They're very in tune with the history. They're very in tune with the judgments that have been placed and the future judgments that's coming down the pipeline, right? And so when we see Putin bringing out these icons, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. In one aspect, you have Putin bringing it out because America and its allies are at war with the BRICS nations. The BRICS nations are trying to usurp the American dollar, the American power structure that's been established around the world, right? And so when you have war, all fair in war, right? So not only are they trying to economically destabilize the American economy, they're also at war with the religious aspect and the historical aspect of everything, because what a lot of people don't understand is history and what they consider to be religion are intertwined. When you look into the scriptures and when you actually do research into history, you see that they're almost one and the same. It's very different. It contrasts a lot of things that our brothers and sisters here in the Christian church, because they don't really go into depth or not even at all with the truth of the scriptures and how it correlates with history, right? And so you have Putin bringing that out, and like Bishop Nathaniel of IUIC had said, and I tried to find the short clip, he asked, you know, what was the purpose of Putin even bringing that out? Well, that can cause uproar. It could cause civil war here in America, because now you're going against the infrastructure and the belief systems of a people. They tell you it's three things that you don't talk to people about because it can spark an argument, or even worse: politics, money, and religion. So when you start speaking on these things, you're going to get an emotional, a lot of time, reactions to that. And so his hopes is to destabilize the mindset of America. For one, it's going to bring it to the confusion. It's going to bring questions among white America as to, you know, if they're not knowledgeable about these icons, what's the origin of these icons? Is this true? They're asking the same questions as to why Putin is bringing this out. That's, you know, now the ones that are filled with hatred and racism, they're going to, you know, they're going to buckle down even more and try to push against it. And those of us that know the truth and see this, and this is verification for us that the Most High is working in our favor, this is the flip side of that coin, because now the Most High is using all of the people and the vessels here upon this earth to bring forth his prophecies, because we know that the scriptures say that his word will not come back void. And he said these things will happen. I want to get a scripture in 2 Corinthians real quick, chapter 10. And I start at verse 4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So we're not going to be warring against these nations in the flesh. We don't have the means to do that. All of these nations provide all the things that we need, even the ammo that we think that we would go to war with them with. And it says, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. So the Most High is using Putin and many other things right now that we see that's been transpiring within the last few years to bring down these strongholds. What stronghold does these icons correlate with? It's the stronghold of white Catholicism and Protestantism that we see here in America, because all of the images that we see is of so-called white saints, so-called white God, and so forth, and Jesus, right? Now, I say that not to be coming from what a lot of people will hear this and say a racist point of view. That's not what it is. What it is like you brought out in Maccabees earlier on the podcast, is that when Israel came under siege, these other nations went into our records. These other nations took our paintings and our images, and what you had spoke on and touched on was the iconoclasm, when they painted over the black images of the saints. So these are the things that are strongholds on the minds of the people, because, you know, if we're being realistic, black people, so-called black people, never had a problem with worshiping a white Jesus. That's never been an issue. We've always wanted to just try to be as close as possible to God, even if it was off or wasn't exact or right according to the scriptures. So that was never the issue. We've never been racist as to the fact of the color of the saints, Christ, God, or anything like that, because we've always grew up in the church, in many churches that had those images. So now what the Most High is saying is time for my people to start coming back into remembrance of who they are, right? And so it says, casting down imagination. Those imaginations are the Christian churches that we're in today. They're the ones that's promoting the falsehood of these images, promoting the falsehood of the doctrine that we are indoctrinated with. And it says, and everything that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High. So you find this knowledge in the scripture. And like I said, when you go to church, you can start seeing the difference between what you read in the Holy Scriptures versus what many of your Christian pastors are teaching or preaching within these institutions. And it says, bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So all of these thoughts are going to be brought into obedience, meaning it's a short period of time left before the Most High says, all right, I'm done playing games with these jokers, and he's going to implement that truth, that kingdom on this planet with a rod of iron, and he's going to bring forth his kingdom and his judgment, and anybody that's not in line with it, they're going to suffer the consequences, the punishment, as is spoken of in the book. So that's what we see that's enlightened, that transpire with these Russian icons and many other things that's come to light.
Man, you hit it with a damn, man, with a fine hammer, man, on the head of the damn nail, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been knowing these things. We've been reading these books. We've been watching these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing new to us. You know what I'm saying? It's a shock to, you know, a lot of our people, and it's a shock to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, you know, even the damn Gentiles, the heathens going to be, you know, like, damn, they really were the damn Israelites? You know what I'm saying? Surely our fathers inherit their lives. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna know they forefathers and foremothers lied. You know what I'm saying? And they inherited lies, and you know what I'm saying? And they thought it was the truth. Just like we inherited lies, and we think, you know what I'm saying, that the shit they taught our grandmothers and grandfathers, and you know, in slavery, you know what I'm saying, was the truth. And we just keep on, and we think that if we go against that good old white Christianity supremacy, white supremacy, that, you know, we some kind of way letting down our forefathers and foremothers, which is retarded. That's what the damn devil wants you to damn do any damn way. He wants you to keep carrying on them lies. He wants you to keep celebrating all them pagan ass holidays that we keep getting killed on. You know why? You know why you keep getting killed on? Because it's pagan. The white man gave your ass that shit. He gave you Christmas. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gave you Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? The Feast of Dedication. You know what I'm saying? He gave you, you know what I'm saying, Purim. You know what I'm saying? Instead of damn Easter, he gave you damn the Passover. Right. Same thing, you're getting together, you're eating, you're drinking, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't getting drunk, beating each other up and shooting each other. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking and being happy in harmony. You know what I'm saying? Something your niggas can't goddamn do. You know what I'm saying? Because all you can't do Zephaniah. I tell you, my favorite scripture in the Bible, man, one of my favorite ones, Zephaniah 2:1. Gather together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. No nation don't desire your ass. You know what I'm saying? They all plotting on your ass because they want to stay in what kind of leadership they got. And it's really the Caucasian nations. As you can see, especially when you start traveling to other nations, they kind of, you know, they be on the fence. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the white Caucasian guys, like in, you know, Australia and Russia and other places, they got their little racist shit going on in their country, you know what I'm saying? They racism shit too, but they want to know, how do y'all blacks get along with the white Americans, man? We just don't like the white Americans. I said, damn, the white man don't like the white man. You know what I'm saying? Because they know all that shit mostly started, the whole cahoots, you know what I'm saying, is with America. America knows exactly who the people they had in slavery and all that is. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about this and that. They, you know, they burned the boats and, you know, oh, we don't know you know, y'all from this different parts of Africa, man. We was all over the earth. South America, North America, Central America, Africa, Europe, you know what I'm saying, Asia. You know what I'm saying? They was in the Caucasus Mountains, man, in South Georgia, Russia. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They great history starts with Alexander the Great. He brought all the white tribes, the white nations together and said, hey, man, we finna boss up together now. And we just gonna go and murder, rape, and enslave. You know what I'm saying? But it was all a part of prophecy anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, can't blame the devil for that. You know what I'm saying? I blame the devil. It was never the devil. No, that was the Most High, the Creator. You know what I'm saying? He was
And
giving
you
out
know what's
judgment,
crazy?
breaking the damn laws. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what's crazy with that, is like the brother Ben Dawid I mentioned earlier that if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book, right? A lot of this stuff that you and that brother just touched on is in the books. It's actually in the Bible and the Apocrypha, which are separated from the Bible. These are books that's been on your mamas and your grandmamas and great grandma houses for forever. You know what I'm saying? The information and the truth has been around us forever. I mean, we walked by it, we looked at it, opened it up, played with it. You know what I'm saying? You probably killed some roaches with it. I mean, you done did everything with this book, but you didn't know that the truth was right there in your face. And a lot of these things that you're talking about, just like Alexander the Greek, you read about that in the first chapter of First Maccabees. It tell you how he went and conquered all the nations. You know what I'm saying? And then how evil increased in the earth after he died and his generals took over. All of that is in the book of Maccabees. You understand what I'm saying? We understand that a lot of these truths are supposed to happen in the last time because it was prophesied too. In the last days, God said that his people will come back into remembrance, and we're supposed to come back into remembrance in the land of our captivities. So this is why you have to understand what's going on and why you have to be watching the news. Just like a lot of people was in tune with the eclipse. The eclipse, that solar eclipse, was an omen and a sign of things to come. It was a changing of the times because he's letting you know, he's putting everybody on notice that his word, his final part of the final phase of his word is about to come down the pipeline. No man or woman knows the day or the time, as Christ said, but just be aware that you better have your house in order because we see things ramping up. You read about a lot of these things in Matthew chapter 24, all the signs that you're supposed to look out for before the coming of the Son of Man in the sky that we will all see. So a lot of things is happening. You wonder why, like you said, niggas dying at an all-time rate because y'all involved with things y'all not supposed to be. Celebrating this holiday, celebrating that holiday, showing your brother hate, disgust, you know what I'm saying? Lusting after their woman, coveting what they got, you know what I'm saying? Being selfish. All of these things are in stark contrast to the requirement for God's people. And the majority of us so-called niggers are God's people. And this is why you're suffering the way you're suffering.
Man, keep telling them week after week. Man, what episode is this? Episode 56, man, of the Scoring Black Man podcast series on the Scoring Black Man podcast channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, man. Y'all go over to Fire Talk Radio podcast, man, and hit that subscribe button over there. That brother Don Yehuda, man, dropping good documentaries, man. And we just trying to give y'all the real truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't been in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the whole nine, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we know angels out here, you know what I'm saying? But we some good brothers, man. And you know, we just try to give our brothers and sisters knowledge, you know what I mean, on just the better our people, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to be for our people first, you know what I'm saying? And then we could be like, how can you have love for other nations of people and you don't love your own? See what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to love your own and, you know, and try to learn from our own, you know, because we don't need Putin or any other nation or person or whoever to tell us who the hell we are when it's in books. Like I say, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. Well, you niggas want to damn read. Even you made a good point. You said it's the same book that your grandma and them got. It's around the house. You're killing roaches, all that shit. Man, my favorite saying is in the back of your car back there. Dry rotted like a motherfucker because you hoping soon the police pull you over for a ticket or something or whatever, you're riding dirty. He or she, the she cop or the he cop, they see the damn Bible back there and they try to get you a damn break. You know what I'm saying? You ain't open it up and read it. Everything we tell you is right there. It's prophesied. Russia, United States, all that shit is in there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got the name Russia and the name United States in there, but they got the old names of the lands, you know what I'm saying, and the prophecies, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better damn, hey man, we got to stop all that waiting for the white man to tell us, to teach us something that we can teach ourselves and learn ourselves, you know what I mean? But you know, his end game, I think he also wants to set his mark in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Africa is the greatest resource land on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And China, they got their claws up in there, deep in there. You know what I mean? United States, France. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of getting that France ass now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of countries. You know what I'm saying? Because they know when all these new injections come out, like for the virus that came out before and all the other little things, you know what I'm saying? They always want to use people in Africa or colored people in other countries, just like the Tuskegee experiment. They want to use colored people, you know what I'm saying, for experiments, man. You know what I mean? And so France is like one of them countries, France and America, they like to send their little doctors, you know what I'm saying? The Dr. Fauci's and all them people over there to do, you know what I'm saying? To do injections on people, man, experiments, man, and you can't, them people ain't with it no more. Some of them countries ain't with it no more. You know what I mean? So Russia's trying to go ahead and get up in there. Putin trying to get up in there. So Putin, like, trying to, I think he's trying to offer a little, hey man, yeah, man. A lot of you Negroes, especially the ones over there in the diaspora, they are the biblical Israelites. And man, let me get up in here because I want to save my ass at the end too. You know what I mean? And I want to know what I'm saying, get some of your resources, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to help, fuck up America. That's what Putin, you know what I'm saying? Because Putin be saying some shit that be in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You know what the Most High say that he going to destroy Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, the Matrix. He going to destroy it in 1 hour. Putin said that shit about a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, boy, he got this right out the damn Bible, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? Because he said, I got nukes that'll destroy America in 1 hour. I destroyed it. I said, boy, he motherfucker reading the Bible like a motherfucker. Because they got people that this all their jobs. Just like America and all these countries, they got people that's their job. Break down the scriptures, find everything, go here. We're gonna see anywhere in the world for you to study. Because we want to know the prophecies. Just like back then, Daniel Hooter. Remember they used to have who was that? Was in the lion's den with the fire and shit.
Daniel, the prophet Daniel.
The one king was making his motherfucker down. He wanted Daniel to sit here and tell him the prophets all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? They got motherfuckers to get the prophecies, man. They want to keep up with the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? What's finna happen? Because they know the time is. Hey, how Dame do it? Dame time? No, man. It's the creator's time right now. It's y'all time. Yahuwah, Yahweh, Waywanakunum, the creator, the ancient of days, man, it's his time right now, the most high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about to go down, you know what I'm saying? Because every world war was in the Bible, the first one, and it came down just like that. Now you can say they copying the Bible. Well, the second one came down just like that. You can say that again, man. They just copied the Bible and playing war and blah blah blah. We don't know. We ain't seen it. Well, the third one say it's gonna come with burning heat, some shit that's gonna fucking melt. It's then what they say. What the Bible say, your flesh will disintegrate off your body before your bones get a chance to hit the ground. Your tongue gonna melt in your mouth. Your eyes gonna melt in your socket. Now, what kind of heat can do that?
Right.
You'll take everything off before your skeleton get a chance to hit the ground. Everything just melted. It just bones hit them up. Boom. That's nuclear destruction, man. Burning heat. He said he created the waster. Man, that's that ICBMs. And intercontinental ballistic missiles. Intercontinental ballistic missile. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna damn hit. And best believe, you know what I'm saying? All you people, all you Israelites, you know what I'm saying, talking about you gonna wait till the chariots fly, you gonna sit there in America and just keep waiting and waiting. Well, show me in the Bible where the chariots came and picked us up and took us out of that captivity to another place. You ain't gonna be able to find it. Now you might be able to find where they followed a chariot and it led Moses them and all them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's it. You ain't gonna find none beaming your ass up until you gonna get a migration out there, mother. Out of every last one of them.
Hey, you know you open up a can of worms with that one. You're gonna have some brothers like
hey, tell me the Egyptian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, the sub-Saharan slave trade, and now the transatlantic slave trade. Damn, that's 8 motherfucking captivities that we've been in. That's why the Bible, who that say, man, is Israel a homeborn slave? Was that Isaiah? You know what I'm saying? Talking to the Most High. Is Israel a homeborn slave? Like, damn, we just keep going to captivity. I just got you 8 of them right there.
Yeah,
and
that's
crazy. And the 7 before, because the 8th one is right now. The transatlantic slave trade is the 8th captivity that we've been in because we keep breaking. We the chosen one, but we don't want to be the chosen ones, though. You know what I'm saying? So the other 7, did we get beamed up in chariots? You know what I'm saying? Did we get beamed up and then carried? Right. No, we get beat up and carried. We might have to follow one, but y'all ass had to get the hell up out of there. There wasn't no beaming up.
Right.
And a lot of motherfuckers stayed in all those captivity. A few motherfuckers stayed in captivity because they love the way, especially Egypt. Because Egypt, like America, nobody call America spiritually Egypt, mystery Babylon the Great, because you got multiple religions. You can serve. You could be all the homosexuality that was in Egypt bad. That feminism with women and I'm a queen and blah 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 bad. Israelites didn't have no damn queen.
Right.
Most high, he want to give him a king. They kept begging. You know how you niggas say you want to be just like the other people. We want a king. We want a king. Gave you goddamn Saul, and then they gave you David. They gave you Solomon, and now I think Solomon might be the last one I know of. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead, brother Yehuda.
No, you're right, man. And no, that was the prophet Jeremiah that said that if we a homeborn slave, because it seemed like that, like you said, you just counted out 8, and that's not even including any other minor captivities. It was like just the major ones. That didn't include the smaller ones, smaller skirmishes. It doesn't equate the death toll. A lot of times people don't realize that they use this information that's in the scriptures to really guide themselves through history and try to change history. This is why, like you mentioned in Daniel, it tells you in Daniel chapter 7, you know what I'm saying, what the nations would do once they got into power. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that real quick, because if you're not knowledgeable about your past, then you're doomed to repeat it. You won't know what's happening in the future with the people that actually know what happened in the past, and that's trying to subvert future prophecies and future judgments. Because since you don't know, they could tell you anything. But since we know, this is why we're here, to help open up the eyes and the minds of the people, so that way you can then question everything. I was always told that believe nothing, question everything, because in that you would never be duped into believing stuff that you would easily fall in the trench with, that you would easily believe, and it was a falsehood, right? And so when you go to Daniel's chapter 7 and 25, it tells you that and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. We done seen this throughout history. Like when you go into the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, and all those captivities that he mentioned that was prior to that, during that, and even after that, with the sub-Saharan slave trade, where many, many men in that slave trade died off. It was more so the women who made it to their slave masters or slavers, who were then impregnated. And then this is how you see the influx of what you call the light-skinned Arab and so forth in those areas, on top of the Turks that came and also did it too. So we see a lot of lightening or demelanization through that slave trade. And with the transatlantic slave trade, we see that where they killed, the black man and woman, they destroyed our families and things of that nature. And then you go into the Black Code, you go into, the many years after that here in America and so forth, with the lynchings, with the police brutality, the imprisonment, and so forth and so on. I mean, the list goes on and on. So this was the wearing out of the saints, right? And it said to think to change times and laws. So we see that the times have changed. How many calendars can you count throughout the ages that they have changed the times? And to be realistic, it's talking about changing the holy annual times. For example, going to church on Sunday, that was a change of time and laws, because the law was the Sabbath was the seventh day of rest. We know through reading, through history, through even the admittance of the Roman Catholic Church, who changed that the original day was on a Saturday, not on a Sunday. So these are the things that, they know, have done, and used against us in order to stay in power, right? And it said, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. So that's the part right there where you see the nations now, like you said, they're trying to hedge their bets. We've seen other nations apologize for their ancestors that allowed us to be taken into slavery, in the various slaveries. We see Putin bringing out the Russian icons, saying, talking about the Black Jesus, and that they're going to honor the icons and so forth. We see how just a few years ago that Trump instituted the 400-year anniversary of the transatlantic slave trade, which then correlates under the belief of a lot of Israelites of the prophecy of the 400 years into slavery in a nation that we would not know. So you have a lot of things that's compiling, even with the COVID. One of the sword judgments is that, pestilence will be cast on the world. And we see that COVID was a worldwide event. So there's a lot of things that's transpiring, and they know their time is running out. This is why they got things like the doomsday clock. If you didn't know about that, go research that. They got the doomsday clock where they're counting down to the day that there's going to be total annihilation and destruction of the planet. So they're very knowledgeable about this. I mean, you could read that in Psalms where it said they dig up, they do a diligent search and find things, and they use that to their benefit, but it's all coming to an end,
But can you remember Adolf Hitler? He used to, send them Nazi people all over the world to find all these, all these ancient historic relics. He would send them out to try to find the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant and all these Egyptian things and the Roman. I mean, anything that was ancient to whatever land, and they supposed to hold some power or have some knowledge, he would send them out. You know what I'm saying? And they all kind of stuff about what they say they had reverse engineered and had help doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? When that war ended, World War II with Germany, the U.S. went and got all of those there. I think it was like 2,000 scientists over there. And Braun, the man who made the rocket who sent us to the moon and sent us to space for the first time, all that stuff, he came from over there. You know what I mean? So, and he explained how they end up getting help from what they would call aliens or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all played out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all prophesied. You know what I'm saying? This is a play. And the play is, you know what I'm saying, is written by the Most High. And we just actors in this, you know what I'm saying, in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's all playing out, man. Yeah, but it's funny, man. You know what I'm saying? I like stuff like this because it's all prophesied. You know what I mean? And we know Russia in the Bible to be Magog. Did I say that right? Magog?
Yeah. Gog and Magog, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We know them as that in the Bible. You know what I mean? And so, we're giving y'all some game, giving y'all some knowledge. Now y'all can go to the Bible. All right, damn, what does it say about them? Now you start understanding, you know what I'm saying, the revelations, you know what I'm saying, properly. You know what I mean? But shameless plug, man, while I'm gonna get this little video, man. I ain't seen it. I'm probably, stop and pause it. We could kind of dissect it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, real quick. But shameless plug, don't you?
Yeah, you are now tuned into the Scoring Black Man podcast with your host, Zadok Hilltop, and his co-host, Don Yehuda from Fire Talk Radio. Jump over to my channel, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely share this live feed tonight. Like, share, and subscribe it so that way the algorithms can pick it up and we can get this information out to the masses.
Were Jesus Christ, his mother, the Virgin Mary, and his people black or white? This has been a long debated question. Europe has always tried to depict Jesus as a fair white man with blue eyes, long blonde hair, and tall.
Hold on. Shameless plug.
Yeah, while you get that, let me pull out the scripture real quick because it falls right in line to what we was talking about today about the topic. Revelations 12 and verse 16, and the earth helped the woman. So the woman is an allegory and symbolization of the nation of Israel. And it's saying that the earth is going to help the nation of Israel. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. So that flood is the misinformation, the falsehoods, and the lies that has spewed throughout the world that had everybody drunken off of his wine. And so now you see the earth opening up and bringing out the imagery of the saints. So that way, everything that you heard that the brothers on YouTube, out on the streets, out in your congregation, so forth, saying that, you know, Christ is black, God is black, the saints is black, and people saying, oh, you're being racist, color doesn't mean anything. Actually, it does, because it's tearing down a falsehood that's been the narrative here in America, especially for centuries. So this is why I said the earth is going to open it up. Why? Because now it gives you, so-called black man and woman, the knowledge and the hope and the faith, the increased faith to know that, you know, what you heard was not a lie, that we probably are the people in the book because we fit that imagery. We fit that look. That's us. So everything that you heard is supposed to strengthen your faith and strengthen your resolve. So that way you can come back to the Most High. So I wanted to just touch on that because we see right here, this is a prophecy written that the earth will help. And we're seeing it live in 3D right now. No volume up.
Were Jesus Christ, his mother, the Virgin Mary, and his people black or white? This has been a long debated question. Europe has always tried to depict Jesus as a fair white man with blue eyes, long blonde hair, and tall height. This was further strengthened by paintings from the 15th century, where Jesus appeared much like a typical European man. But does this prove Jesus was white? Well, not necessarily. The recent 14th and 15th century paintings revealed by Russia prove that Jesus was not white, but black. He, his mother, and the people around him were all black. That's a groundbreaking revelation, questioning why Europe depicted Jesus as white until now. So, what have we found in the centuries-old Russian cellars and vaults? What people have been shown in the paintings found in these vaults that completely change biblical teachings? Let's know about that in this video. Recently, news surfaced that Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered the relocation of one of Russia's most sacred icons from a museum to a Moscow cathedral. For centuries, these paintings remained locked in vaults, but now the world has the chance to observe them. This fundamentally changes our understanding of Jesus, his mother, and his disciples. These paintings are called the Russian icons, which are collections of hundreds of paintings depicting Jesus' era and his life. In Russian icons, Father Vladimir Ivanov explores Russian iconography in depth, offering insights into the history, symbolism, and spiritual significance of these sacred artworks. Authored by a distinguished expert in the field, Father Ivanov presents readers with a comprehensive overview of Russian iconography, covering various aspects. However, even if the artworks show various instances, they have one similarity. They show Jesus, his mother, people, and even angels as black. Father Ivanov discusses the artistic techniques used in Russian icon painting, including the application of egg tempera paint, gold leaf, and traditional iconographic methods such as hieratic composition and stylized forms. Examining the role of icons in Orthodox devotional practices, including veneration, processions, and their use in private and public worship, the book illuminates the profound impact of icons on believers' spiritual lives. Some of the paintings even depict the pre-Jesus era. For example, Andrei Rublev's Trinity illustrates the biblical story of three angels visiting the patriarch Abraham at the Oak of Mamre, as described in the book of Genesis. Within Christian belief, this event represents the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, revealing themselves to Abraham as three guests. However, there is something shocking in this painting. The complexion of all those present in the painting is dark and black. A famous painting, Savior in a Golden Riza, typically features an icon portraying Jesus Christ adorned with a golden riza.
Man, I just want to touch on that right there real quick, man. Damn, you know what I'm saying? They was using the egg and what else it said? The egg and golden flower or something. The damn turn the damn, you know what I'm saying, to put on the paintings to turn the skin, everything for black and brown, you know, so really brown or whatever, dark brown, light brown, to turn it to damn white skin, you know what I'm saying? You see that was that father so and so, that was the guy who I was talking about, that's one of the guys you can see him whitewashing it from a black painting to a white painting. He over there painting, he was really looking right here at the real one and painting a fake one, man. I mean, the links they'll go to. You know what I'm saying? You want to touch on that before I keep on playing, Don Yehuda?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Orthodox Christian tradition, a riza is a metal covering or frame that embellishes an icon, often made from gold or silver. The primary focus of the painting is Jesus Christ, depicted in the traditional Orthodox iconography. He is commonly depicted with a halo around his head, symbolizing his divine nature. His facial expression may vary, often conveying compassion, serenity, or solemnity, reflecting his role as the savior and spiritual guide. Interestingly, Jesus is depicted in a dark brown or black complexion.
Cheap hotel rates, cheap travel deals, cheap flights, and more.
The golden riza surrounding the icon of Jesus is intricately designed, featuring elaborate patterns, engravings, and sometimes gemstones. It signifies the reverence and value attributed to Christ's image in Orthodox worship. Moreover, the riza serves as a visual reminder of the magnificence and majesty of God, reinforcing the belief in Jesus as the divine Son of God. Then comes the painting Theotokos of Vladimir, which is deeply revered within the Orthodox Christian tradition. It depicts the Virgin Mary, also known as the Theotokos, cradling the infant Jesus in her arms. The term Theotokos translates to God-bearer or Mother of God, highlighting Mary's role as the mother of Jesus, who is believed to possess both human and divine nature. Interestingly, both Jesus and his mother appear non-white, with their complexion leaning toward black color. Mary has a calm expression in the painting, tenderly holding Jesus, supporting his body with one hand while gently caressing his cheek with the other. Jesus is portrayed as a young child, often extending his right hand in a gesture of blessing. Among the Russian icons found in the vaults is Ustyug Annunciation, a painting that completely redefines angels' appearances. This painting portrays the Annunciation, a significant event in the Christian tradition where the Archangel Gabriel informs the Virgin Mary that she will conceive and give birth to Jesus, the Son of God. Both Gabriel and the Virgin Mary are depicted as black. In no way do they have a fair complexion, blue eyes, and blonde hair. Another famous painting is Elusa, which means tenderness or compassion in Greek. In religious art, it represents a specific depiction of the Virgin Mary cradling the infant Jesus in a close embrace, with their cheeks touching. This portrayal highlights the intimate bond between mother and child, symbolizing Mary's role as a compassionate intercessor and protector of humanity. In this painting, we see the same pattern, and both Jesus and his mother appear darker. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Let's continue now. In the collection is a painting titled Our Lady of St. Theodore, which shows the Virgin Mary holding the infant Jesus, often portrayed as a young child, with her right hand raised in a gesture of blessing. The Virgin Mary is linked with the protection of Constantinople and is revered as a guardian and patroness of the Byzantine Empire. Again, we see both Jesus and his mother as black, not white. This might cause people to think that perhaps only Jesus and his mother were black. Well, the fact is, according to these paintings, the people among whom Jesus and his mother lived were also black. The famous painting titled Jesus with John the Baptist and the Virgin in the collection shows the mediation of John the Baptist and the Virgin Mary. In this painting, John the Baptist and the Virgin Mary are depicted in a position of authority and judgment alongside Christ, known as Christ the Judge or Christ Pantocrator. John the Baptist and the Virgin Mary are shown with raised hands in prayer, appealing to Christ on behalf of humanity. Another painting from the collection titled Christ Pantocrator presents Christ as the Pantocrator, signifying almighty and all-powerful. Jesus' complexion is dark and black, while he is depicted as the ruler and judge of the universe, with his right hand raised in blessing and his left hand holding a gospel book, symbolizing his role as the Word of God. This portrayal emphasizes Christ's sovereignty, authority, and divine majesty. After seeing these paintings, the earlier doubts about Jesus' heritage and complexion become valid concerns. Jesus' black heritage holds historical significance, situating him in a specific time and place, much like his followers. For centuries, the prevailing depiction of Jesus Christ, particularly in Western cultures, has been as a fair-skinned man with long, wavy, light brown or blonde hair, often portrayed with blue eyes. However, the Bible does not physically describe Jesus, and evidence suggests he likely looked quite different from this traditional portrayal. Biblical narratives indicate Jesus was a Jewish man born in Bethlehem and raised in Nazareth, Galilee, during the 1st century. While the Bible mentions Jesus beginning his ministry around the age of 30, it offers little detail about his physical attributes, except to suggest that he did not possess remarkable beauty or stand out physically, as Isaiah 53:2 implies. Another mention is in Revelation 1:14-15, where John has a vision of Jesus. It describes his hair as white like wool, his eyes as fiery, his feet as glowing bronze, and his voice as powerful like rushing waters. Even though the depiction is not explicit, it clearly leans toward black features and physical traits. But why does Russia stand apart in depicting Jesus and his people as black in religious artworks? Well, the answer lies in the fact that Russia got disconnected from the Byzantine Church when the whitewashing of religious paintings started. This was due to the Mongol invasion and occupation of Russia, known as the Golden Horde, which profoundly influenced the region's ties with the Byzantine Empire and the broader Christian world. Beginning in the early 13th century, the Mongols launched a series of military campaigns that resulted in the establishment of the Mongol Empire, one of history's largest continuous land empires. This expansion brought them into contact with various civilizations, including Russia. Until then, Russia had been in contact with the Byzantine Empire, significantly adopting its religious beliefs. But in 1237, the Mongols launched a devastating invasion of the Russian principalities, which were fragmented and unable to mount a unified defense. The invasion culminated in the Battle of the Sit River in 1238, where the Mongols emerged victorious. Subsequently, they gained control over the region, establishing the Golden Horde as a vassal state and imposing tribute on Russian princes. The Mongol occupation significantly reshaped Russia's connections with the Byzantine Empire and the wider Christian world. Before the invasion, Russia had close ties with Byzantium, particularly in religious matters, as the Eastern Slavic peoples had embraced Byzantine Christianity. The Russian Orthodox Church regarded Constantinople, the Byzantine capital, as its spiritual center. However, the Mongol invasion disrupted these ties. With much of Russia under Mongol control, communication and trade routes suffered, severing contact with Byzantium. Additionally, the invasion strained the Russian Orthodox Church as the Mongols imposed their administrative structures, occasionally clashing with the church's authority. It's believed that before the invasion, both Russia and the Byzantine Empire had similar artworks. However, after the invasion, the whitewashing of religious artworks began in Europe, unlike in Russia, which remained under Mongol rule for another 250 years. Consequently, Russia stands alone in preserving religious artworks, where Jesus and his people are depicted as black, while the rest of Europe whitewashed such artworks. The religious artworks in Russia offer compelling evidence that, until now, Jesus, his mother, and his people were portrayed inaccurately. Concealing Jesus' complexion altered the narrative, presenting him solely as the savior of white people, which did not align with the full story. However, acknowledging Jesus as black provides coherence, considering the parallels between the suffering endured by black people and that of Jesus. What do you think? Was Jesus black or white, given that he was from Israel, a region where black people lived? What's more opinion on why Europe tried showing Jesus, his mother, and his people as white? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts on whether all Jesus paintings should be changed and whether Jesus should be depicted in real complexion, black. Do you want to
Yeah, that was a husky video, man. That was a meat pack right there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it gave you a good little history lesson, man. I mean, broke it down beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Showing you, giving you the names of the paintings, showing you what they look like before, and then show you look, you know what I'm saying, what they like right now after they've been whitewashed. You know, we been, you know, I mean, come on, man. Like, damn. These motherfuckers is paying money and going to the extreme to keep us out of the remembrance, man. I mean, they going, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It was what the audience talking about here. You know what I'm saying? But Ben Weed by here, man.
Yeah, Ben Weed been in the comment section dropping some knowledge. I told him in the comments, I said we needed him on the whole show so we could have turned up even further on the info.
Yeah,
I know them brothers be steady. They be having some spades up their sleeve.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, man, that video was, damn, I gotta watch that again. That's my first time watching, you know what I'm saying? I said, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think they're gonna be pretty good, man. Let me just go ahead and bring it out. You know, it's like a little 14-minute video. Boom, get it real quick, man. I mean, and you see what we told y'all beforehand, and we hadn't even watched the video here. You know what I'm saying? You see,
Yeah, that was my first time.
my first time seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So you see, you know, basically what we told you what happened. We're reading out the Bible to you. We'll tell you what happened. You know what I'm saying? And the reasons why. You know, and it's prophesied for Russia, China, Iran, all of them in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? To go at America, and American allies is going to turn against America. I say, nah, we're going to fuck with y'all. There's going to be a big nuclear war, man. And then, you know what I'm saying, you're going to see them things come, all the little, what y'all call UFOs, you're going to see all them motherfuckers come. And everybody going to turn their guns on them. I mean, you know, they weapons on them. You know what I'm saying? All the countries, the governments, and it's going to be over with now. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, man, and we know because we read that Bible, man, the prophecies, we at the end times. You know what I'm saying? Now, how many years? I don't know. How many months? How many days? I don't know. I'm sitting every day now, just wait for a button to be pressed. You know what I mean? But it's going to get there. It's going to get there because the prophecies have to happen. You know what I'm saying? They got to be saying, man, all right, it's peace, 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 man. You know, it's all peace. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And suddenly the war going to kick the fuck off. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be translated a different way. Who knows? But start translating. But I know one thing. I don't give a damn what translation you got. You know what I'm saying? That damn third world war is going to happen. Hey, that nuclear war is going to happen. I don't give a damn what translations you got. Everybody got that translations. You know what I'm saying? If you got the translations that we the Israelites, you got the translations that them goddamn nukes going to fly. It's going to be some burning. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, all my fellow Americans, you think you're safe over there in America, well, you better keep reading that damn Bible. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you know what I'm saying? I know I ruffled some feathers when I told you you're sitting there waiting for the chariots to damn fly. All right, well, you sit there. You know what I'm saying? Anybody let your ass burn you. You still probably get saved. You're going to burn up and die right then, though. And then, you know what I'm saying, come and save your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Son, but you need to get the hell up out of there. Like I tell you, flee Babylon. Flee mentally. And then you can flee physically. Leave all that American doodle over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to start, you know what I'm saying, traveling out more. We need to set up communities, buying land. Where's the land? We need to be buying land outside the country, buying land in South America, African countries. You know what I'm saying? Certain countries, maybe in South America. You know what I mean? We need to be buying up land on one of them continents. You know what I mean? And setting up communities and cities and shop, man. You know what I'm saying? But Putin's end game, I think, is to really, you know what I'm saying, to have some allies and to get a whole bunch of resources out of Africa. That's my opinion on that part right there, man. But yeah, final thoughts, Brother Don. Who the final thoughts and any scriptures you want to bring out, man? Bring them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just end mine out on these 3 scriptures in 2 Peter. With that being said, though, before I get there, you know, shalom and blessings to everybody that tuned in. I hope y'all was able to get edified with some of the information. Like I always say, don't believe what we say. Go back and fact check everything, and you'll see that a lot of things that you thought you knew, you didn't know. And a lot of things that came out of this book known as the Bible is going to be a revelation to you if you haven't already, you know, dug in and started doing your research and looking into things. But with that being said, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Yah is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to us ward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of Yah will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye be in all holy conversation and godliness? So that's the end game. That's the most high end game. That's what it looked like when we get the kingdom on earth, and all of the like you said, the doo-doo that we living in right now is going to be dissolved away. So with that being said, and you got that knowledge now, What manner of person are you going to be in order to try to secure your spot in the kingdom? And with that, I say shalom to everybody. Once again, thanks for tapping in.
Man, once again, this is the Scoring Black Man podcast series, owned and sponsored by the Scoring Black Man podcast. Y'all hit that subscribe button over here, and y'all also go to Fire Talk Radio podcast and hit that subscribe button. And you're tuned in to episode 56, Russian Icons Revealed, Putin's Endgame. Once again, episode 56, Russian Icons Revealed, Putin's Endgame. And I'll leave y'all with a scripture, which I like to end off with all the time. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Until next time, peace, love, shalom.